Do you feel like in the setting that you work in, थोड़ा can you keep your आप बचपना जिंदा रख सकते हो 9 बजे वाले एंकर और उस 1 घंटे के लिए क्या कभी बिकॉज आई फील लाइक टिल द टाइम रवीश वाज डूइंग इट वो एक बचपना एक यू नो सम काइंड ऑफ ह्यूमर वाज अलाइव देयर टिल अ पॉइंट माय क्वेश्चन इज क्या वो बचपना जिंदा रखा जा सकता है आज के लिए एक सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट में
When I'm in the studio surrounded by angry politicians shouting at each other and at me, kahan bachpana
is it not necessary to for a journalist to have some of that alive?
Of course it is. And some of it comes out on election day. You know, some of the sort of no joke, wo aa jati hai.
Why is it important for a journalist to have that bachpana alive?
Because how else are you going to be a good observer? Right? Otherwise, you think अगर आपका बचपना ना हो, then you are sitting in some ivory tower. जैसे पुराने editors बैठा करते थे.
इस पे मेरा सवाल ये राजदीप, is it a good strategy for top इंडिया के सीनियर पत्रकार, टॉप पत्रकारों को एसी स्टूडियो में बैठ के टक्सीडो पहन के कॉफी सिप करना बेहतर लाइफस्टाइल है या फिर उनको जमीन पे उतरना चाहिए रोज रात को?
No option. There's no question. You can be occasionally in the studio. Let's not also
say. So then.
But you should be spending a substantial part talking to people. You said bachpana, na? One of my original mentors in this profession was R.K. Laxman, the famous cartoonist. He used to sit in the room next to me. And one of the reasons why Laxman was such a genius is because he never lost his bachpana, his sense of playfulness. He would suddenly take a pen away from you and look around. Rajdeep, where is the pen? Where is the pen? Here is a 60-year-old guy bloody taking a pen from my desk, then creating a fuss.
You have to be childlike.
He had that as a cartoonist. How else could you retain narrate? दिन पे दिन आपको एक छोटा cartoon करना है, and you have thereby become a good observer. You see, if you are sitting in a studio, how are you going to observe what's happening on the ground?
So then, why are we all sitting in studios?
Because it is perhaps sad to say. Perhaps a low-cost way of doing a news, right? You do a hour.
पर जो lifestyle आप लोग जी रहे हो वो lifestyle को low cost हो रही है.
No. Samdesh, there's nothing wrong in sitting in a studio as long as you ensure that when you're sitting in a studio, you also give enough space to reports, which are done from the field. At my age, I cannot be in every part of the country, right?
I agree, yeah.
But your reporters can be. उनको जगह दे दो. You see, a lot of prime time is spent with the fighting spokespersons and not enough with your reporters who are actually out in the field.
Is there enough awareness of this?
Of course there is. I think there is. I think the profession realizes this. I think the intelligent people
जो 8, 9, 10 वाला slot कर रहे हैं उनको पता है.
हाँ बिल्कुल पता है. But
पर इससे TRP or whatever
अरे यार वो TRP भी मुझे लगता है particularly in English the only I've maintained this always. The only TRP that should matter for you is credibility and perception. English news में वैसे ही market छोटा है.
How much money does credibility make?
I think credibility makes a huge amount of money. Credibility is something which is unlike, that's the difference between news and entertainment. Entertainment you can say मुझे TRP चाहिए.
Sure.
In news I call it television respect points, not television rating points. Get your
अच्छा
this is a Modi. You see वो acronym लेके मैंने कर दिया.
And that's why I'm saying you are completely in love with the man. You are copying style.
I'm learning यार.
Do you ever have dreams about him?
नहीं यार.
I'm not talking about the nature of dreams. Do you ever have dreams about him?
नहीं. Now you see, since you mentioned Modi ji, how he coined the acronym JAM.
Yeah.
Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile. ताकि Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile take the word and create a word like JAM.
Do you think he has a guy to do all of this?
Of course he has. He has a full team, but he's willing to improvise and adapt to it.
He's definitely.
यार समझी सोचो, he is a politician who grew up in the Nav Nirman movement of the 1970s of activist street politics. He's adjusted to the age of TV and multimedia. Look, he's all over the place. He's on Twitter, he's on Facebook. He knows how to use these media.
He was clearly the first mover. He was before you guys also.
Yeah, Mr. Modi was ahead of his times when it came to embracing social media and media in general. When in the 90s I was doing TV, he was more than willing to embrace that medium at a time when some other leaders were not sure, should I go on a live show? क्या होगा? कौन से सवाल पूछे जाएंगे? He was out there.
Does he smell good?
Does he? Where did that question come from?
You met him so many times. Does he smell good or not?
No, I've not met him in the last 10 years, so I don't know how he smells now. But all I remember is he always dressed well.
Is he
He's a
laughing or
natty
not?
dresser.
He's laughing, right?
He's a natty dresser.
Natty क्या होता है?
Natty, अच्छा यार, well dressed. मेरी तरह नहीं यार. His kurtas when I first met him were always starched.
You are also lit.
अरे मेरा क्या, मैं jeans पहनता हूँ. I'm the John Abraham of TV. I only wear jeans. I wish I looked like him.